So if you haven't been baptized yet, I would like you to think about it. I would like you to think about it. Maybe you're saying, well, I was baptized as an infant, so was I. It's a wonderful thing. Parents love their children. They want to baptize them in hopes that their children will someday come up to know God. That's a beautiful thing parents do for their children. But I mean, like, you decided. Because in the Bible, that's how baptisms go. People decide and then they get baptized. If you haven't been baptized yet, I want you to think about it. And I know we push hard here, like every summer we talk about it a bunch, pretty much every single summer. And at the end of summer in August, we always have these baptism parties out at the Green Lake, and 500 and some people have been baptized, all that stuff, and it's a big deal. And people have even left here because we talk about it so much. They've literally said to me, you talk too much about baptism, I'm sick of hearing about baptism. I don't want to be baptized, I'm going to go somewhere else. I always feel bad for them because if they go anywhere that teaches the Bible, they're going to tell them the same stuff. So they got to go to a non-Bible church. Because it's just all over the Bible. You can't hide from it. So if you're here and you haven't been baptized as a believing person, like I've chosen to believe in Jesus and then you got baptized, if you haven't done that, I encourage you to think about it. And you know, if you're sitting here going, I don't need to do that, I don't have to be baptized to be a Christian, you're right. I 100% agree with you. Being baptized does not make you a Christian person. Belief in Jesus makes you a Christian person. You get adopted into God's family. I've been talking all day about it. But then once you believe, Jesus says, go ahead and get baptized. So you don't have to. It's not a requirement of a Christian, but it's one of Jesus' first and most basic teachings. And if you kind of bristle at that, like, I don't really want to do it, I understand, because so did I. When I was told about this years ago, I didn't want to do it. I didn't like how my church did it, the church I was attending back then. You had to go in front of the whole church and say some stuff in a microphone, and after you got baptized, the whole church sang to you. Yuck! I didn't want any part of that. Now, maybe you'd like that. Good, that's awesome. Everyone has taste. Cool, but for me, that was horrible. So I didn't want to do it at all. But then I kept looking in the Bible, and again, Jesus, get baptized, get baptized. If you believe, you should be baptized. It just happens again and again. So at one point, I was just like, you know what? I'm going to do it, but I'm only doing it because God's telling me to do it. I don't really want to. And it felt awesome. Because in that moment, I knew that I was doing something God says to do. And most of the time in my life, even all these years later, I'm never like 100% sure, right? Like, oh, you should maybe go help your neighbor. Well, I think God wants me to. I'm not positive. You know, you never really know. This was one I really knew, and I didn't want to, and I did it anyways. And it was awesome for me. And I encourage you to think about it, because I think it can be awesome for you too.